You are currently living through a devastating economic depression that has nothing to do with banks, stocks, or employment rates. In 1950, a man of average standing could secure a life partner and a future with a standard amount of social labor. Today, that same man is statistically invisible, effectively homeless in a marketplace that no longer places any value on his existence. It is not because your personality is flawed, nor is it because you lack charm, wit, or basic human decency. You are struggling because the underlying mechanism of human connection has suffered a catastrophic structural failure. We are witnessing the total collapse of the purchasing power of being a human being. To understand why you feel so alone, we must stop looking at psychology and start looking at cold, hard economics. The dating market is crashing, and the reason is simple. The currency has become worthless. In macroeconomics, when a central bank prints too much money, the value of every individual bill in your pocket drops immediately. This is called quantitative easing. When supply becomes infinite, the value must mathematically approach zero. Social media has become the Federal Reserve of human beauty, and the printers have been running hot for a decade. We have flooded the biological market with trillions of high-value visual signals, creating a supply shock that the human brain cannot process. A face that was once a winning lottery ticket in a small town is now just minimum wage currency on the internet. This is aesthetic hyperinflation. We have printed so much beauty that beauty itself has lost its ability to purchase commitment. Your ancient brain evolved to see 5 stunning people in a lifetime, not 5,000 in a single hour of scrolling. Like birds tricked by supernormal stimuli, we ignore reality to chase the exaggerated signals of a digital phantom. We have become desensitized to reality, rendering the average human being completely invisible to the naked eye. When the market is flooded with tens, the mathematical concept of a 10 ceases to exist entirely. The market has responded to this inflation with a desperate, panicked arms race of physical and digital modification. 28 million cosmetic procedures were performed last year simply to keep up with the inflating baseline of acceptable appearance. It is the Red Queen effect. You are running faster and faster just to stay in the exact same place. But worse than the inflation is the counterfeit problem. Filters have flooded the zone with fraudulent assets. 71% of photos are digitally altered, meaning the currency you are obsessively chasing is largely fake. This triggers Gresham's law. Bad money drives out good money until the currency collapses. Authentic people are leaving the apps because they refuse to compete with counterfeit bills in a rigged economy. Trust evaporates. You assume every profile is a lie, so you invest absolutely nothing in the interaction. This explains ghosting. Why would you protect an asset that you believe is infinite and easily replaceable? We treat rare connection like tap water because we are under the delusion that the ocean is full. But it is salt water. You are thirsting to death while drowning in an ocean of images. The velocity of the swipe has turned complex human souls into disposable, low-value trading cards. The inequality is staggering. The Gini Coefficient of dating is now worse than the most failing economies on Earth. A tiny elite captures all the liquidity, leaving the vast majority of the population in a deep recession. This is the Great Depression of intimacy, a liquidity trap of chronic loneliness where no one can afford to buy. We are trapped on a hedonic treadmill, requiring extreme levels of beauty just to feel a single spark. We devalue the partner sitting right in front of us for the pixelated fantasy that does not exist. We are holding out for a better deal that mathematically cannot be found in this reality. You cannot save money in a hyperinflated economy, so you spend it immediately on cheap thrills. That is why relationships are short. We are day trading people instead of investing in them for the long term. The market is broken, and the fiat currency of visual beauty has completely collapsed. But there is a way to survive the crash. You must return to the gold standard. Value is found in assets that cannot be printed, filtered, faked, or generated by an algorithm. The sound of a laugh, the smell of skin, and the shared weight of trauma. These are non-fungible assets, and they are the only store of value left in this world. Friction is the new value. If it is easy to access, it is inherently worthless. The wise investor trades the fiat currency of pixels for the heavy gold of presence. Exit the digital market. Stop trying to buy a home with monopoly money. The crash is not your fault, but the recovery is entirely within your control. Find the things that cannot be printed. That is where the wealth is.